So I'm very excited to share with you the progress of an important initiative, the Enterprise Digital Learning Modernization Reform Effort. We refer to it as EDLM.
Today we're going to talk about Enterprise Digital Learning Modernization, or EDLM. EDLM is one of a dozen reform efforts undertaken by the Pentagon in response to Executive Order 13781, which directed all federal agencies to look for ways to improve their efficiency and effectiveness. DoD identified 9 areas of reform, including for its IT and business systems, and one of the sub-areas under it was for learning management systems. In July 2018, the Pentagon's Reform Management Group, a body of the most senior leaders from across the department, approved this reform. In a nutshell, it has 2 main goals. First, be more efficient in how we acquire and maintain digital learning systems, and second, implement our digital learning more effectively by moving to an enterprise learning ecosystem model.
So through EDLM, the Department of Defense will have one centralized digital learning ecosystem for all active duty and civilian personnel. Basically, an integrated learning environment for 3 million DoD users. So making our military stronger and more effective will require state-of-the-art learning systems to deliver training and education when it is needed, wherever our warfighters may be. It's about upskilling our workforce for that 21st century and using data to inform decisions and creating a DoD-wide learning ecosystem to deliver learning at the point of need. This approach enables personnel readiness through a digital learning ecosystem.
Learning ecosystem is jargon that refers to a system of learning systems that are interconnected, like Lego blocks, through common data standards, software specifications, and other business rules. You might hear it called something like a continuum of learning or a learning data fabric. The point is that it lets us treat learning systems, or each learning experience, like a node within the system, and also manage in aggregate at the organizational level.
I remember hearing about all the different versions of the same training that were out there. And by consolidating this and having a single user platform, it makes this much easier for our users to access.
From a policy perspective, this reform ticks a lot of the boxes. For the training and education community, it helps us implement DoD's digital modernization strategy, DoD's data strategy, and the personnel and readiness strategic plan. It also pursues all 3 lines of effort from the President's management agenda. That would be IT modernization, data accountability and transparency, and enabling a 21st century workforce.
In 2019, I issued a memo directing all DoD components to first consider USA Learning as a source for assisted acquisition of all relevant education and training products and services.
EDLM can really be described in 2 broad strokes. First, acquire and maintain digital learning products and services more efficiently. And second, build an enterprise learning ecosystem. You can break that second goal down into the systems, in other words, the enterprise architecture, and the stuff within the systems, the data. For those of you familiar with the Advanced Distributed Learning Initiative, you might recognize this as equivalent to the Total Learning Architecture. But the reform doesn't really focus on those kind of brand names. It does, however, target 2 more narrow enterprise applications to help corral the systems and data. First, an enterprise course catalog, and second, an enterprise learner record repository. Oh, and from a management perspective, these are the 3 named lines of effort under EDLM.
So think about what is necessary to manage this kind of system the way it existed in a very disparate manner, having all these people needing to access training, being able to find management systems, being able to find the right course. This made it very cumbersome. And what EDLM is striving to do is to reduce that complexity. EDLM is developing a searchable enterprise course catalog. There are thousands of proprietary and unconnected catalog capabilities across the Department of Defense. This current way of creating and making learning resources available has resulted in the following challenges. Existing course catalogs are not interoperable and are not designed to easily transfer data about learning activities across DoD. Data sharing about course information is complicated and hampered by the lack of standard metadata to describe each course. The Enterprise Course Catalog changes how we look at making course information available to potential learners. Leveraging best practices from the private sector, the Enterprise Course Catalog will reduce duplication, easily make available existing resources and tools, and provide a better user-customer experience. This effort will tie together existing DoD catalogs and automatically generate metadata from those local systems and aggregate the metadata within a single portal for easy access and searching of critical resources that are out there. This will allow military personnel and civilians to go to one place to find all the training and education courses that DoD has to offer. Now, for the administrators, you'll be able to know what courses and tools are available to more effectively plan curriculum to further service member capabilities and careers. You may be familiar with going to 5 different websites for training or taking additional training outside the DoD domain. The results of the trainings are kept in separate databases without the ability to consolidate into a single learner profile to get a full picture of the individual's potential. The vision of the Enterprise Learner Record Repository changes the education and training perspective to lifelong learning, where tools and data are readily available to keep track all of these training efforts and use the data to make decisions on how to best develop DoD workforce talent.
So there you have it. DoD is modernizing the way that we do digital learning. First, we're buying and sustaining things differently through category management and through a partnership with the Office of Personnel Management's USA Learning Program. Second, we're making things differently. We're moving from the industrial age to the information age of learning and embracing the learning ecosystem concept. For DoD personnel or interested vendors, make sure that you check out the Defense Instruction 1322.26 for the latest policy on the relevant specifications and standards necessary to make the learning ecosystem work.